coached by John McNamara. And now the starting lineup for your Triton Vikings. Senior number 1, Reese Brenda. Senior number 4, Sophie Lazinski. Senior number 21, Bella Basil. Senior number 22, Kendall Liebert. And junior number 24, Margaret Welch. The Vikings are coached by Greg Dawes. Thanks everyone, good luck, and have a great game.
All right, welcome to Byfield, Massachusetts, Triton Regional High School, home of the Vikings. We're here on a Friday night to watch the girls varsity team take on the Pentucket Panthers. I'm Patrick Heffernan, joined by Matt Doring for this Friday night game. I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah, I'm thrilled about it. I mean, every time that you play a Pentucket, you play a Newburyport, different energy level, different level of competition, different level of basketball. Should be great to see.
Absolutely. Pentucket's been elite in this Cal for years and years now. Amesbury was under Coach Dulles, who's here tonight coaching the Triton Vikings. And John McNamara, the Pentucket coach, has been around forever as well. So it's a great opportunity to see exactly what you said. How good is your program against one of the best in the Cal? Pentucket Panthers coming in at 4-1 overall, 2-0 in the Cal, and the Triton Vikings at 2-2. And here's our tip. Triton in his zone right away for a defense. They did this the other night too against Newburyport. Opened in his zone, ended up switching to a man-to-man. Plenty of patience from Pentucket.
One of the hallmarks of the Pentucket team, right? Excellent ball movement on offense, and as we'll presumably see, harassing full court pressure on defense.
It's coming.
It's coming. And here we are.
So not quite a man-to-man, more of a zone kind of press. Honestly, not as aggressive as we've seen in the past. No. Reese Renda gets it all the way across, out to Lasinski. She finds Liebert. Liebert's going to go to work. And then a call to travel. Turnovers were a problem the other night, Wednesday, against Newburyport. First possession of the game was a turnover as well. We saw a lot of travels by Triton, so hopefully something they can tamp down tonight, right?
Well, this is Triton's fourth game, I think.
Fifth
game. So, I mean, early in the season, you're adjusting to new systems, new coaches, and, you know, there'll be errors made, travels, some turnovers, and just things you're going to work on throughout the course of it. That's a great strip.
Fantastic play there by Bella Basile. I mean, that, and it was off the Pentucket player, too.
Yeah. Just completely heads-up opportunity.
Yeah. Steal and a possession. There we go. That's to Lasinski. Reese tries to bring it down the middle, ends up being another turnover.
But I don't mind seeing that type of pass from Reese. I mean, you want her to be aggressive. You want her looking for those opportunities. You know, there'll be some turnovers along the way, but better to press the tempo like she does.
Yeah, it's a timeout. I was going to say she did dribble and then she dribbled again, so that was pretty quick. So a minute and a half in, we haven't seen Triton get a shot off yet. That pressure has been pretty intense, although Kendall was driving to the basket when she dribbled. But you coached against Pentucket 1,000 times at least, I'm guessing. Is there anything as a coach you would say to your teams preparing to play, again, what has traditionally been one of the best teams in the Cal?
Yeah, well, what you say before the game is as important as what you're going to say after the game, depending on what the result is and how you're going to build on the rest of your season based upon what happens here tonight. But, I mean, Greg has coached in the Cal for a long time at Newburyport and then at Amesbury, so he's very familiar with Coach Mack, very familiar with what they want to do. And so I'm sure that Greg has them prepared to sort of handle that type of pressure. What's going to be, you know, the proof is in the pudding is how do the girls handle that? How do they react? Right. Because, you know, we're used to sort of having, you know, Bella bring it up, having Reese bring it up, and there's going to have to be some secondary and tertiary options that are going to have to handle the pressure in order to sort of adapt to what Pentucket wants to do.
And then when you know you're going to get pressed like that, does that force you to talk less about your half-court game and just say, look, we're going to be playing transition open offense all the time?
No, I don't think so. I think you still have to talk about your half-court game because, you want this to feel like another game. You don't want to get too focused on what they do well and get out of how you want to dictate the course of the game either.
All right, so Triton across pretty cleanly now into their half-court set, but it's going to be Kendall driving, and she's going to draw the foul.
Yep.
She did that extremely well on Wednesday night against Newburyport. They were constantly in foul trouble, constantly in the bonus, and credit to Kendall for driving to the basket to force that.
Yeah, I watched the replay of the Newport game, and what I like to see from Kendall is that when the team needed a bucket, she sort of stepped up and tried to get one, which is a nice luxury to have a player like Kendall that's able to do that.
And that'll drop in, the fast break for Pentucket, and they have a 7-0 lead quickly here with a few minutes gone in the first quarter.
Now this is
under pressure.
This is an important sequence right here. We want to make sure we retain our composure, that we don't force things, that we don't get too frustrated.
And I think Lisinski was trying to go inside and kick it out, which we actually wanted to see more of again on Wednesday night against Newburyport, so hopefully that's something they're going to try more. I think she actually split her her teammates there with that pass, though, unfortunately.
It was a good idea.
Yeah. Good help defense from Kendall.
Excellent.
Good block. Pentucket pulls down another offensive rebound.
That was some aggressive elbow swinging on that rebound, but
coming inside to Margaret. Finds Kendall underneath.
Very
nice pass. Ball doesn't go, but it was a great shot and a great pass. A good look.
I like that when the Triton offense runs through Kendall or Margaret at the high post like that. I think they can find some success, at least some opportunities.
Another good drive.
Very good
and
drive.
Another good foul. There we go. It's one way to beat this Pentucket team is to stop the clock, get to the line, force them to be playing as much defense as you can.
And Bella's had some success with that over the last couple of years. I mean, she's a very good outside shooter, but when she drives and sort of takes either that short or that mid-range, shot in the lane, it falls quite a bit for her. So it's good to see that she's getting after it, halfway through the first quarter.
Second shot goes in, and Triton's on the board. Triton not pressing so far at all. You think that'll change as the game goes on? Yes, no?
Sorry, I think I was watching the game instead of talking about it.
Sorry, my instinct is to talk the entire time. I was saying, Triton? You think Triton's going to press at any point, or do you think they're going to continue to just play?
I think they're going to continue to just play. I think they want to, focus on what they do well. This isn't a backcourt where you're going to be able to take advantage of with a press probably too often. So,
good move inside, better block, unfortunately. And another rebound for Pentucket coming the other way. Turnaround jumper drops for number 22.
Ava DeBurrow, very good player.
And Reese, unfortunately, couldn't decide where she was going to pass it. Ends up being a turnover. Offensive rebound for Pentucket. Timeout Green. All right.
Well, we're doing a lot of things well. I mean, I think that we just need to, again, maintain our composure. Eliminate or minimize, the more careless errors and get into the flow of really what we want to do. I'm not really seeing, especially in the half court, as aggressive a Pentucket defense as I would have expected to see. I think that they're I don't want to say they're content to sort of playing good defense and seeing what Triton does react to that. We certainly have seen them sort of dictate from the defensive position in many games historically, so we'll see how this game progresses.
We haven't seen panic from Triton trying to get the ball across half court. I mean, they actually look pretty composed. We've just had a turnover there. There have been a couple so far, but overall the ball's getting across half court and they're getting into their offensive set. They've had a couple of drives to the basket, been fouled a couple times, and hopefully they keep doing that. And then kicking the ball out, we've seen that a couple times too. So, no, Triton, despite the score, Triton looks pretty good right now.
They do look pretty good right now.
4.5 minutes into this first quarter. Let's see if they can get something going. It'll be Pentucket ball into the basket. We were talking about this on Wednesday night, that anytime an inbounds play works to perfection, you can sort of look around the stands and see, who are the other basketball coaches, because they're the ones cheering the loudest. Because you work on it at practice all the time, and sometimes in a game you're like, that is not at all what we worked on.
We defended it very well, though. If that's the best option they have out of a baseline out of bounds play, that's pretty good.
Great defense by Triton. They just got to get the ball back here, get something going.
Good D by Soph.
Three, it's an air ball. Rebounded by Margaret. It's going to hand it off to Reese. Back to Margaret. There's that swing pass.
That's a great shot
nice
in there.
Three. Doesn't go, but a rebound by Reese. She's always around the ball. It's unbelievable.
The amount of rebounds that Reese gets will never not amaze me. That's a great hustle by Margaret. Good.
Two offensive rebounds in a row. Shot clock down to 10, though, now. Oh, beautiful pass inside. Absolutely fantastic.
See, that's a nice bit of coaching by Greg, by Dallas, because what wasn't working, so it looks like he almost went to a 5-out and found success. So that's great to be able to adapt to what the defense is giving him. Yeah, they've been pretty content to play mostly a full court man-to-man with a couple of quick traps, but
Kendall goes to work inside, gets a basket. Well done. Another three goes off. Another offensive rebound by Pentucket. That's their fifth by my not very accurate counting. We unfortunately don't have Eric Gundrum, our stats guy here.
We can just make them up.
We can make them up. We can make them up. I'm sure he'd appreciate that.
I'm quite good at lying about statistics and then blaming Eric whenever the opportunity arises.
So see if Pentucket changes up their play. It's from the other side of the basket this time. Still well defended. Still has to go all the way out, and then actually a turnover. Nope. Pentucket's going to get to it. Great defense. Good move down the lane. A little runner. It's going to go.
We're getting we got to get our press pick out of the corners. We're getting a little too jammed up down there.
Good defense there, though, and a chance for Reese to do something here. 2-on-2 is going to come down. Little wing.
That's a good shot. She can
Kendall
shoot that.
on the shot in the good space for it. Oh, it's going to go off the top, though. That's good. Take that shot, because then they're going to close out and she can drive by, and we know what she can do when she drives the lane.
Well, and the one thing that Pentucket isn't, again, doing as well as I would have thought they would have is collapsing in the paint. I mean, when we've taken some drives to the basket, they've stayed almost in a one-on-one, and the help hasn't been there as aggressively as I would have thought. So, Kendall's had some success there. Bella's had a couple of drives there. We'd like to see them keep up more of that action.
And I like seeing that. I like seeing them get the ball down the court fast. Turnover there, but that's the kind of tempo they need to play, I think, on offense.
Good. Oh,
good hustle. Let's
take a shot.
Foul on Pentucket. Yeah,
I would hope so.
They going to talk about it or no?
I mean, I don't think Kendall fouled that girl with her chin. So,
white 21.
Creative.
Yeah. I'm not sure Isabel was even near. That's a strange call. Okay, so here we go again. Another inbounds play for Pentucket.
Two new Triton players in. Looks like Leah. Happy birthday, Leah. And I believe Ashley Jones came in as well.
And Leah gets a rebound as soon as she gets in the game. Good for her. You going to sing happy birthday for her?
No.
Okay.
I'm thinking it.
All right. Good play inside to Jones. She's going to swing it out. There is a shooter. Ashley Jones, a sophomore? Or
she's a junior. She's one of the two juniors on the team.
All right. up.
It's not bad.
And in the first quarter, 13-5. I think it was 9-1. I think that was the biggest margin of the game so far. So I guess 13-5. It's the same. Math is hard, but Triton looks. It's crazy to say it at a 8-point deficit and only 5 points on the board. They look good.
They look very good, and
Yeah.
their defense is holding up.
Yeah.
I mean, take a look at the last sequence that we just saw from Pentucket, where they had plenty of time, set it up, and ended up getting this sort of one-handed shot put shot at the end. Triton's defense is doing their job, and they're handling the press. The mistakes that they're making in terms of press break are correctable ones.
Yep.
So a lot to be encouraged about heading forward.
And you take away, there was a steal underneath after a Triton defensive rebound. There was a steal that went right back up for 2. And the runner down the lane. You take those 2 baskets away, and this is a much closer game, and that Pentucket bench is a little tighter if they're only leading by 4 coming into the second quarter. So,
yeah, and what's interesting is that the 2 players on the court that I think can really impose their will more than others are Kendall for Triton and Gabby Balakwa. Multiple Balakwas for Pentucket. They just keep growing Balakwas in the western part. Neither one of them has sort of imposed their will upon the game yet.
Right.
So we're curious to see what happens with those 2 as the game progresses as well. That's a great pass from
good
Leah.
pass inside, good move, but they're going to call the double dribble.
I didn't see that.
I didn't see it either. Okay. That was a great pass, though, from Leah Hathaway. Definitely turned and saw the opportunity, drove a little bit, and then made the pass, so that was well done.
Number 2 for Triton. Is that Lily?
Oh, yeah, could be. Yep, Lily Dandra.
Lily's a player that's going to be fun to watch as a sophomore over the next couple of years. A tremendous athlete, loves the game, loves learning about the game. It will be great to see how her career develops over the next couple of years at Triton.
Reese breaks the press.
Great
Go
look
inside again. Another move, and there's a basket.
Fantastic. Second great interior pass made by Leah. First one, there was a travel on, but that one was a bucket. Love to see more of that. The paint is open much more than you would expect for a Pentucket team.
Yeah, and they have the size. It's it's not like it's a small team out there. Oh, at the moment it is, but
I need to pay a little more attention. Well, in part because I'm calling a game, I should probably pay attention.
pay attention to that.
But what I'm noticing is that I'm realizing that Kendall hasn't been playing nearly as much in the paint. So I'm wondering if they're sort of cheating towards Kendall, pulling the players out, and then it's not by accident that these opportunities are rising.
Yeah. All that time on Lily DeAndrea. I'm not going to be able to keep track of fouls. I'll try. It's not going to happen, but I'll try.
That's around her first.
Yeah. Well, there's only one on the. There has to be. Oh, there's only one in this quarter. Okay. So misses them both, and over the back on number 32. Here comes the press again. Let's see how they do.
I'm not sure. That's Amelia Crow. She's been out there most of the time. I'm not sure what year in school she is, but she's been playing hard for Pentucket. That's a travel.
That was a travel. It was a stutter step, but a great block by Kendall. And Triton's coming the other way. Let's go, let's go. Got a shooter in the corner. Good drive to the basket. Doesn't go, though. Coming the other way. So I don't think Reese or Kendall have come out yet, right?
No.
Call that a jump ball. It's going to go Triton's way. So we saw this the other night, too. I don't think Reese sat until a few minutes left in the first half.
Well, we'll see how the game goes. I mean, early season, the girls are still developing their conditioning. So if you can handle it, you can play it. But oftentimes they need to rest a spell too.
Kendall, who can definitely bring the ball up the court, but she opts to pass it. Now it's in Reese's hands. Reese getting trapped.
That's a good
Gets rid
look.
of it. Smart. Good drive to the basket coming up here. Nope, it's going to bounce around. That's close to a walk, but no, out of bounds anyway.
Stay with Triton.
Good sized Triton parent crowd tonight. No one really here from Pentucket. It's a little surprising. Like, Pentucket's not that far away. And it's a Friday night.
That is interesting, actually.
Once in a while, I say interesting things.
Is it? Do most of the games start at? Sure you do, Pat. Sure you do. Do most of the games start at 5:30? Or is this is a normal start time? It's not like an early start time, correct?
5:30. Yep. So Triton running their out of bounds play, and there's an opportunity right there.
I think,
looked like it was blocked on the shot.
I think there may have been some confusion as to which play they were running. It's a good shot. David Burrow, very, very good player.
Largest lead of the game so far for Pentucket at 13. That's got to be a foul. Yep. And again, it's a way to get back into the game. Is to draw the fouls, get to the line, because they start shooting at 5.
3. Okay.
3 already. So.
You need to be careful of those corners against a team like Pentucket.
Yeah.
They're very, very smart, very, very well coached. They're going to trap on those opportunities every chance you give them.
Might be something Coach Dulles is going to say right now. Get that clipboard out and remind them that.
Yep.
So now you coached all 5 of these seniors, right?
Yes. At different times, they all suffered hearing my voice.
And so 8th grade, you must have. Did you have all 5 of them in 8th grade?
I think we had 4 of the 5 in 8th grade. Different people were doing different things at different points in time,
right.
And it was unfortunate because our season actually got cut slightly short by COVID as well.
Oh, so, right.
All we know is we finished in the top 3.
Okay. Well, that's fantastic. So,
but just a quick sort of shout out. I think that's what the kids say these days. The Pentucket coach in 8th grade at the time, I'll butcher his name, Jason Cacciapodi. I think his daughter is Allie, number 3. They were in a different league, so we actually would have from time to time not just sort of scrimmage against each other, but we'd have joint practices.
Oh, nice. All right.
Which was terrific because obviously, as you know from youth coaching, it's tough to guard and practice against plays where both players knows exactly what you're doing. So, credit to Jason for working with both teams to give them an opportunity to test what they're doing in a non-competitive environment.
I'm surprised there's not more of that, and maybe there is, but it just seems like it's such a natural thing to do, especially if you're not playing in the same league.
Well, so. It worked out well because we weren't playing in the same league, but also the girls were really at the same talent level.
Right.
I mean, I remember they had a jamboree thing, and I think we ended up in a tie. So, it just worked out very, very well at that point in time, and I think really helped both teams develop.
Kendall's going to draw the foul. It's an and one for number 20, one of their starters.
Yeah, Kate Conover.
How do you remember those names?
Well, I have it written down in front of me, so I'm just reading.
Good for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Misses the free throw. Rebound by Triton Kendall.
Now, 45 for Triton. Is that Ava Johnson? Do I have that correct?
Yes, it's Ava Johnson.
See, this is one of the things that I really like about Coach Dulles as well, is that he's only 10 players, so it's not a terribly deep bench, but he uses all of the players, and I think that's both to get ready for this season and also to build on the years to come. And it's just great to see the playing time. And Riley McDonald's coming in now, another sophomore,
right,
coming in for meaningful minutes against a meaningful opponent. It's great to see.
Yeah, and so that's who's number 10, Ashley Jones coming out. She had a pretty good game so far too. So yeah, you're right. I mean, getting the bench players in meaningful minutes makes a huge difference over the length of a season, and it gives them confidence when they're in practice that they're practicing for something.
Oh, absolutely.
And
I mean, you know me. You've suffered through listening to me for years and years, and culture is huge.
Yes.
And to get this kind of buy-in from everybody. I mean, we're not even halfway through the second quarter against Pentucket. I mean, multiple state champion Pentucket. Every girl has played. Every girl has contributed, made minutes, given meaningful minutes. It's terrific.
It's not always been not always been the case for Triton girls basketball, so it's good to see that adjustment.
It's fabulous.
Culture-wise, yeah. Swinging around, there's the one more pass. Riley McDonald swings it out. Again, Reese and Kendall, though, are going to need a break at some point. Beautiful pass inside. Shot doesn't go, but nice play by Triton.
That was great.
Right,
I mean, basically playing a 4-out with one of your bigs floating to the high post, and getting action off of that is terrific. I'm not sure that Kendall's shoes are a naturally occurring color, but you can always find her on the floor.
I guess that's a good no call right there. Both going after the ball. Give it back to the offense.
Yeah.
So somehow 5 seconds have come off the clock, even though there's been one inbounds pass and one pass after that. But all right, here we go. Nice pass. Nice. Great look.
Yep.
Great look. Riley McDonald just not quite ready for it. Smart look. She would have probably gotten at least fouled on the way up if she had gone up, but probably hacked because she was coming in fast.
That was either a bucket or a hack.
Yeah, they were ready for her. A nice defense, interior defense by.
You got to reward Kendall right on the floor, Breeze.
Swinging around. Keep going high-low. That's going to keep working. That's a Kendall. Kendall brings it down low. It's going to be inbound play for Triton.
It's interesting. I mean, the last couple of sequences really show you why Kendall can be so dangerous. I mean, she is a completely movable chess piece on this floor. I mean, she's breaking it. Oh,
there we go. Offensive rebound in the basket.
Padding her stats, even as we can see. But I mean, she can move the ball in transition. She can take it to the basket. She finds the open player. She delivers a dime underneath to the girl that's cutting.
She's got at least one block tonight on the defensive end too. So plenty of rebounds.
All of our stats will be at least without Eric tonight.
A lot of at leasts. Again, a very disciplined Pentucket team when it comes to offense, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. Patient with the ball, smart passes all the way around. Driving the lane doesn't work against Kendall.
No.
And Margaret inside there. Or no, sorry, Riley McDonald inside.
Yeah, Triton has some length on the floor right now with Margaret, Kendall, and Riley.
And Margaret going to the basket and getting fouled.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Coach Dallas must see something. I mean, to play those three girls at once, he's obviously trying to take advantage of some matchups he's on the floor. So
we did see Wednesday night versus Newburyport that they absolutely took advantage of their height, and but that also a lot of that is coaching, and I know what you think about that coach, because their girls that were posting up had it down. I mean, there was no hesitation when they got the ball. They made a move left or right depending on where the defender was, and they took it to the basket just repeatedly. It was impressive.
It was I did watch the game. It was great to listen to you. Less great to listen to Berardino. But it was interesting is that that was clearly the plan coming in by Newburyport, where they were going to pound it into the paint.
Right.
They were a bit one-dimensional with that in the first half. It was basically just post up, get it in.
Right.
A little more creative in terms of like the entry passes in the second half. And again, as you know, I think Coach Crutchfield is one of the best coaches in the league.
Yeah, totally agree. Oh, almost a self pass by Reese, but it's going to be coming back the other way. Good defense. DeBurrow. Hard-fought game, but only 7 fouls total in this entire quarter. So here comes Margaret the other way with it.
Someone's got something that's coming.
That's a Molly Kimball special right there.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Speaking of Molly, we will have Maeve Heffernan at halftime.
Oh, fantastic.
So I think I'll probably let you ask the questions first, and then I'll go second. So.
I remember back to the time where you were calling a game with Maeve and she lined up a three, and there was and then she just drained it, which I thought was really just wonderful.
Yeah. I might have said don't shoot, but that's all right. I said it multiple times when my kids were playing, so. Great defense all the way around. I mean, I know they've given up 24 points, but they are playing really solid defense.
They're playing very solid
especially in the
defense.
half court. It's just done really well. Turnovers are Horchie, and I think, and she can't. Well, actually, Kendall's out finally, right? Yeah. Reese is still in there though.
Correct. Bit of a younger team for Triton out there. We have 2 sophomores, a junior, and the 2 seniors.
That was going to be tough to defend. They went out, chased her outside the 3-point line. Then when she made that move to the basket,
Yeah.
help defense, but unfortunately, is a help foul.
Better a foul than a basket. I think we have Kendall come back in, along with Leah.
And Pentucket misses the first. All right, so the birthday girl has to hit a 3 on her birthday, right?
Of course.
That's
Of course.
karma. It's got to happen.
Well, she's come out. She's played some great basketball. She's played some good defense. She's got some rebounds. She's had a couple of, as I mentioned earlier, some great interior passes. So she's celebrating in other ways, and we'll top it off with a 3.
Lily DeAndre in the game as well. Under a minute now in the second quarter. Triton trailing 25-9. Had some good looks of late. Hopefully we can get a good shot off here. Oh, nice pass inside. Good little move, but a block.
Good move, yep.
DeAndrea hesitated a little bit, and unfortunately I think that's allowed the block to happen.
It's one of the things that I did notice in the Newburyport game, something that I'm sure Coach Dallas will continue to emphasize on the as the season progresses, is going up strong.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of these have been really sort of aspirational, even at the layup level. And just to go up strong with another great pass by Leah.
Yeah, she is. Oh, and a great take
Yep.
by DeAndrea, but it doesn't roll. But yeah, you're right, another really good pass
Yeah.
by.
She's seeing the floor beautifully.
Yeah. Under 10 now, left in this half. Pentucket a chance to extend that lead just a little bit more. But the defense has been fantastic. Oh, and there's a chance. It's going to go if it's a 3. Nope, doesn't go. There we go.
Great deep by Reese through the end of that shot clock, and especially since she has not had much of a break in the first half. To have that level of energy to harass the ball, really been terrific to see.
And so we're looking at a 25-9 score at halftime, and Triton is playing really well. Shots aren't falling. Passes are really tight. Passes are really good. Like you said, Leah is seeing the court extremely well. Kendall is going to get into her game as we get into the second half, no doubt. They don't look phased by the press. So there's been a few turnovers, but not as many as we've seen in years past. Absolutely not as many as we've seen in years past. And so we'll see how this how they come out at halftime. But just quickly before we have Maeve come on, I guess we're going to get Maeve on for both of us. Oh, this is unfortunate for Maeve, but okay. We'll talk about what kind of adjustments we think they ought to be made. But
sure.
All right, joining us now in the booth, Maeve Heffernan. Can you hear us, Maeve? Okay.
Hello.
Fantastic. So Maeve, a former Triton basketball player herself, a former captain 2 years ago on this Triton varsity girls team. At no point were you actually was Coach Doring your coach, if I had that right. Yeah. Which is unfortunate. I think you could have been an even better player had that been the case.
Now, Maeve, I did coach one practice in 8th grade. And the game following, you guys played tremendously. I'm not sure if one thing leads to the other. But.
I do recall that very well. So, Maeve, what did you see out of this Triton team that you liked in the first half?
They're definitely pushing the ball. I think they need to push it more, but when they do push the ball down the court and go fast and drive to the basket, good things have come out of it. I mean, they definitely will have an advantage if they rack up more fouls. But I like that they're pushing the ball. I like that they're trying to push the ball. I think that it'll help them if they keep doing that.
Any players that have stood out for you? And I'll just tell you that in terms of scoring, it's been Lily, DeAndrea, Kendall, and Isabel Basile that have the points so far for Triton. Anybody else that stood out for you? Or one of those 3?
Well, Kendall definitely, even when I played with her, she always stood out. She's definitely a good anchor to the team. But I also think Reese is doing a good job. It is hard being a point guard, and you're going to have your mistakes where that you turn the ball over, but Reese never hangs her head low. She always just keeps pushing and pushing, and I think that deserves some credit.
Is this what you expected to see from Pentucket?
Yeah, they've always been like this, but yeah, definitely.
Sorry, I got a little issue right here.
That's all right. Yeah. Do you have some good memories against playing against Pentucket? No. Okay.
I don't mean to be like that, but I really don't. I was trying to think of some, but no, we didn't. I mean, it was always a good rivalry playing against them, but there was no friendship between the two teams. So
is there a team in the Cal that you never really loved playing against, that you got a little more up for, that made you a little more competitive for? Maybe you fouled out more on playing them.
Oh, definitely Pentucket, Newburyport.
Sure.
Newburyport was a big one. Honestly, a lot of the teams we played, I feel like I always ended up on the bench in the fourth quarter because of my fouls. But I will say the one team I feel like we always got along with was Hamilton Wenham. That was always a good team for us.
And that went back to youth basketball.
Yeah,
and
that
a
was
lot of respect from the players on both sides, coaches on both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. What do you think they need to do you said push the ball. Anything else they need to adjust? Defense has been great. Would you make any adjustments there?
Just rebounds. The rebounds are going to help them. If you don't give Pentucket another chance, they're not going to be able to get that score up. But I know we talked about before, defensive rebounds are almost the most important part of the game, in my opinion. So they definitely need more of those. Don't give Pentucket the ball again.
So, Maeve, I remember watching you for many years, and one of my favorite characteristics of the way you played the game, candidly, was your intensity. And it would just, I remember some coaches, not with you, but would say, if you want to get your team fired up, almost commit a hard foul in some respect, but, not to hurt people.
Yeah.
And it was just something you always brought to the game, was just that level of competition, competitiveness, intensity. Of the players on the current Triton team, is there one that is, particularly Maeve-like, in your opinion?
Oh, that's a good question. I think Margaret Welch, I don't know if she's a mirror to me, but I think she has that silent kind of aggression. You don't always see it. It's not the player that stands out with it, but if you do watch her play, she is very sneaky, shoving you in the back, giving it right back to you. So I think she's a pretty good example of it.
She's also a younger sister, so that may have something to do with it as well.
She's been pushed around by the older siblings.
Absolutely has something to do with it, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you a completely unfair question, Maeve, but that's what I do. Coming out of this game, I mean, you were in the car on the ride home or on the bus on the way home, but especially when you got home after a loss to a Pentucket team, and knowing who watches these games, is there advice you would give to the Triton girls' parents and family about what to say after playing a Pentucket game?
Can I answer that first? The only correct answer is congrats on the win.
There we go. All right.
But I'll let.
Well, okay, from our experience, I don't think we ever beat Pentucket. At least speaking from Mia Barandino and Molly Kimball's point of view, just leave us alone, don't say anything. But it's tough. It's tough playing this team. They are aggressive. They always have been. So.
It seems that they are always aggressive, but one of the things that I do respect, and I think this starts with the coach more than anything, is it's the correct form of aggressiveness. Mm-hmm. It doesn't ever seem to cross the line. It never seems to get dirty. The shoves in the back are only up to a point, and it goes both ways. So it's as a fan of both programs in very different ways. I mean, I want us to win every time. It's just good to see that that the players are being taught to play the right way, even with that level of aggression and intensity.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's a super disciplined team. I mean, you know how I feel about Pentucket, but they are a disciplined basketball team. They always come out and play good, hard, clean basketball. No question about that. Yeah. Anything else, maybe you think we need to think about as we go into this second half? Who's going to score for Triton?
Who's going to score?
Yeah.
Hopefully is it 10 players on the team?
There's
Hopefully
10 players
all 10.
on the team. All 10 would
Hopefully
be nice.
All 10.
The Heffernan math skills are really translate across all generations, I can tell.
Yeah, math is hard.
Math is not my thing.
Math is hard.
Oh, no.
So and among all 10 of them, who do you anticipate the ball getting to? I mean, that's one adjustment.
Scored?
I think
Who'd you say?
it's just been Isabel Isabel Basil, Lily DeAndrea, and Kendall who have the points for Triton tonight. But it's Leah Hathaway's birthday, so we want to see her get a basket at least.
Yeah.
Ideally a 3. She's had some great passes tonight. She's played really well. But are there other players that you would say let's get the ball to that player for this second half?
Reese hasn't scored, right?
Reese has not scored.
Reese has a good shot. Once she gets her confidence going and she starts shooting and it starts falling, she starts hitting her shot. So as soon as when I played with her, if you give her the ball on a run and she gets that layup, that's all she needs to start, and then she'll keep going.
And what I've seen in 2 games now is that Reese definitely has not had that same quick shot that she's had in the past.
Yeah.
She's been a little more shy to shoot, and that's because she's got shooters on the team, certainly that she can go to. So that could be part of it as well.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you, Maeve Heffernan, for stopping by the
You're
booth.
welcome.
Really appreciate that. We got a little bit of a headset challenge going on here, but so I will just to keep everybody up on what stats I do have. Again, Isabel Basile with 3 points, 1 at the line and a basket. Kendall Liebert with 4 points, hers both buckets, and then Lily DeAndrea with 2. And that does add up to 9, so that's what we have going into the second half is Triton 9 and Pentucket 25. I was trying to keep track of defensive rebounds because Maeve and I chatted on the way here about which rebounds matter more, offensive or defensive. And in her view as a player, it was about getting that ball and not allowing the other team to have a second chance. And looking at what was happening on the other side, it did seem like Pentucket got a few more offensive rebounds than we'd like to see. At least 5 that I was able to keep track of. I'm sure it was more than that. So I think that's one thing that we did see in the Newburyport game is Triton played really well, getting their boards, boxing out. So hopefully we'll see more of that as well in the second half.
Yeah, and it's the defensive rebounds are expected. That's what you're supposed to do. Offensive rebounds can be just momentum killers, and it can really fire you up. It's going to be interesting to see how Triton can translate how they're playing offense because they've had some success with the 5-out, with the 4-out, which doesn't always lead itself to aggressive rebounding. So to get those second chance points can be hard to come by in the type of offense.
And that's a good point. And so when your offense is working because you went to a 4-out or a 5-out, then you have to just sacrifice the rebounds. They're just not going to come to you.
Right.
But at one point in the game, as we noticed, he had Riley McDonald, Margaret Welch, and Kendall Liebert all out there on the court, so he's definitely going big. So we'll see if he tries that again. Looks like it's the same starters from the opening tip that are going out to start this off with Pentucket getting the ball. And the ref not fooling around. Here we go. Triton again in that sort of zone. I don't know what they call it, a half man, half zone. I'm not sure what this is that they're running. But it's going to be a 5-second call on number 22. You don't see that often, and that is really good defense by the Triton Vikings.
Yeah, and a 5-second call on one of the most experienced players on the floor for Pentucket. So just credit Triton for the defense.
Comes into Reese. Isabel. Going to try and take it herself. Going to get poked out, but Reese has it. Let's see if Kendall goes to work here. Looks like she will, but she'll kick it out. She's fouled, though. That's great. Under a minute into the third quarter, and already Pentucket committing the foul.
No, it's great to see, and we got to. The one thing that they are having success with Kendall is they're forcing her drives more to the baseline and out of the path of the basket than I'm sure Kendall would like to. So we're going to have to see Kendall initiating some more contact. I know she got a foul there, but initiating more contact to get the pass she needs as well.
Well, she was clearly trying to go out. She was trying to kick it out, not try and force that shot, which is also good. And there she is inside. She has to go to work, and she does.
It's a great
and that'll
move.
drop. The first basket of the second half is going to be for Kendall Liebert and Triton.
How many is that for Kendall? I feel like that's her
Just
second
six.
or third.
Six.
Okay.
Six. Third basket.
Great
There's
D.
a block. Scramble for the ball underneath. Margaret ends up with it. It's going to be a jump ball here at some point. Yep.
Listen, coming out of halftime, great defense, attacking the basket on offense, going to the floor to get a loose ball, causing a 5-second violation. These are all the things that you want to see as a coach.
2 defensive stops so far. Get
out of those deep corners. Good.
So there's no 10-second across half court rule in high school girls basketball. So and we know that because if you watch the refs, they're not counting. There's that kick out that we wanted to see, and there's that shot, and it's a three. Kendall Liebert drains the first three of the night for the Triton Vikings. She has 5, and that's the only person who scored in the second half so far.
Good to see Kendall get more active, get more points on the board in the second half. Because if Triton's going to make a run, we're going to have Kendall be actively involved and put some points up. So good to see her get involved early.
Good defensive rebound by the Vikings. Ooh, almost a miscommunication there, but they worked it out. Back up top to Reese. Her chance to go to work, and that was definitely a reach. You could hear the coach yelling, "Don't reach," but a lot of contact in there. Margaret, chance to go to work, kicks it out. There's a chance to shoot. Pentucket coming the other way, gonna rush it here. Good little runner, doesn't go though. Kendall almost called for over the back, and said it's gonna be Triton's ball, or probably Pentucket's ball out of bounds.
Good D. Again, Reese making a play.
Good read by Triton's defense. So far, they have not had any luck Pentucket on any kind of these inbound plays, either side of the basket, which is, again, credit to Triton's defense.
Interesting.
Huh.
Call the offensive on Emilio.
Is this or is this not the same Pentucket team, the starters out there on the court?
It is.
24, 30, 20.
Crow, a couple of Malakas and a DeBurrow.
Yeah.
Good idea. Good save. So
worked, and she goes up for it, and it's going to
Great
drop.
Great play.
Sophia Lisinski with the basket, and all of a sudden Pentucket has to call a timeout. Triton has just closed the gap to 9 for the first time since it was, 9-1. I know that's only 8, but I can't do the math.
But the attitude that Triton has come out with is palpable. We are being more aggressive. We're being more confident. We are pushing the floor. We're taking advantage of track star Sophie Lisinski's speed to get that done. Kendall is asserting herself in the paint.
They're driving and kicking it out. I mean, Margaret, there was a turnover there on the one time she did it, but went inside to her, and she immediately kicked it back out. Kendall was driving the lane, saw her teammate open in the corner, was trying to make the pass there until she got fouled. And then they haven't, again, I keep saying this, I know, but I've watched Triton girls basketball for so long. They are not afraid of this press.
No.
They're not afraid of it, and that's fantastic to see. It really is. That's a mindset, attitude thing too.
I'm still confused though, Pat, by the press that they're seeing because they are playing really almost a 5, like a red man-to-man full court with an occasional trap, as opposed to a more aggressive trapping press. And candidly, that's probably a credit to our guards because Coach Mack is smart enough to know that if he thinks that he could take advantage of a Bella or a Reese or a Kendall or a Soph, he would be doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, here we go.
Travel.
Pentucket kicks it out. Swinging around. They're basically in a 5-out offense right now, trying to move it inside. Triton's defense really, really solid so far in this half. Little tip and a steal. Reese, here's her opportunity. What Maeve was talking about in the open floor. Misses a shot, but has a chance for an offensive rebound instead. It's going to go Pentucket.
The interesting thing is they are spreading it out, and Triton's basically packing it in mostly in a zone on D. So those two things don't always match up perfectly, but we'll see. We'll see how it works out. It's a bold move, Cotton.
And that's a travel. No. It's been 3 minutes into this quarter, and Pentucket hasn't scored.
Yeah, and, again, 2 of the senior leaders of Pentucket have been forced into turnovers by Triton. So things are going right so far in this quarter.
Long pass to Kendall, doesn't go. That's one of the first turnovers tonight, or this second half by Triton off the, there's going to be a foul there on Kendall. I think her second.
Yep, it's a tough call. But again, I'm completely comfortable with Reese making that turnover because we are keeping our foot on the gas. We are pushing the tempo. We are trying to get it up the court. Sophie on this side, Kendall on that side. Didn't work, don't stop.
And Misses the first.
Pentucket has missed an uncharacteristically high number of free throws.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
game.
I didn't want to say that because she's on the line taking a free throw now.
Yeah, I have.
And there we go.
I have no worry about jinxing it.
First points of the third quarter, though, for the Pentucket Panthers. Good aggressive move by Lisinski. Going to be out of bounds.
Triton needs to develop an allergy to the corners.
Yeah.
Because they're picking up too often just across half court. We're getting trapped too deep on the press.
I love that pass that Lisinski just made.
Oh,
She
yeah.
threw it to where Reese was going, not just to Reese, and that was just perfectly done. That was Reese throwing it to where Kendall happened to be going. I'm not sure it was his intentional. Oh, a nice tip
That's
to
a good
Kendall.
shot.
Chance for a three. Doesn't go. Rebound Pentucket. Good press underneath.
Great. Using your length to put a trap at 90 feet is perfect.
There's a three. It's not going to go. Offensive rebound, though, by Pentucket. Driving the lane. She's got help underneath. Great block by Margaret, but they're going to call the foul.
Yeah.
That was clean. I could see that from here. Maybe I should put my glasses on.
No, leave them off.
All
It's
right,
better.
Good. Yeah. Another point, just the second one for Pentucket in this quarter. Triton really came out firing.
Yeah. Both by Conover, I believe.
No, calling that off. Lane violation, Pentucket. Wow.
I will say this is that I'm not sure what year Kate Conover is, but she has played excellent defense on Kendall.
And that's going to be another basket for Kendall Liebert. Just like that.
Yep. So just when I say someone's playing excellent defense, Kendall gets free. I'm just going to keep complimenting the defense of Pentucket.
Keep saying
all
that,
game.
please. Keep saying it, Matt. Keep saying it.
Yeah.
Strong defense
That's
by
great
Kendall.
D.
No call. Nice play by the refs, not trying to call something there. And that's going to go
itself.
beautiful little move. Oh, Sophia Lisinski off her hands.
All right.
Out of bounds. But this Triton team is a different team that was playing that first half.
Absolutely.
They look fantastic so far. They already have as many points in this quarter as they had the entire first half. Or the entire first half.
Just
good move inside, good pass inside. But great defense by Triton, just collapsing. That three's going to drop, though, for Pentucket. We knew those were going to happen eventually.
Well, I mean, then that's the choice that Dallas has made. We're playing a tighter, paint-oriented zone defense. Obviously, you can beat that with good shooting. And thankfully, we haven't seen too much of it yet today.
Yeah, in this entire half, it really hasn't been much at all from Pentucket on the offensive end at all. Triton to shut him down. Now they got to stay aggressive and score again. Sophia looked like she wanted to go inside with that for a second.
That's
a
good
Kendall.
look by Bella.
Kendall with a good shot. Margaret tries to get the tip, but it's going to be a turnover. Chance to go all the way up.
That take by Kendall.
Kendall Liebert with another basket.
Don't settle for the outside shot. Just drive it and finish it. Perfect. Perfectly done.
Gap is 10 now.
See, we got
Kendall with the offensive rebound, or the defensive rebound, and fouled as soon as she gets it.
That was just a smart play by Kendall. She just twisted her body to cause that foul.
Yeah. Timeout Pentucket, and coach is not pleased. It's a 10-point game now. And since the half, Pentucket's only scored 5 points, and Triton has 11. So, again, more than they scored the entire first half. It's been fantastic, and it has been just a much more up-tempo team that's come out of that locker room.
Yeah, and it's what's nice is that Triton's outplayed them. Like it's not, we're not getting the points because they're not executing. We're just executing better.
Right.
And so that's obviously something that you love to see. You can build on that. No matter what happens with the game, there are things that you can point to. Listen, when we're at our best, we are with or better than they are.
And so just to, not that you need it, but to throw a little more praise your way. That's exactly what you said at the beginning of the game, that you want to play these games against these teams that are so tough because it shows you who you are. And what we're seeing right now in this third quarter is who this Triton Vikings team is.
Yeah.
They are this good.
And again, I'm probably too, I'm not sure what the word is, spiritual, but for me, the most important 5 minutes of tonight for Triton are the 5 minutes immediately following the final buzzer. Whether we win, whether we lose, it's about whatever messaging Coach Dawes gives to his players about, okay, listen, this is our 5th game of the season. Where do we go from here?
Right.
And no matter what happens, there are things that this Triton team can build on. I'm so encouraged by what I'm seeing from them tonight.
Yeah, moving into space. Oh, beautiful pass inside. Kicks it out. There's Reese. There's Kendall with, oh, that looked like it was going to go, didn't it?
Yeah.
Under a minute and a half now in this third quarter. And it really has been all Triton Vikings.
I'd love to see them push it right here. Like swing it over to the Soph. And I think it's like Kendall feels it right now. Let's.
Yeah.
This is where you got to get to your best player.
Whoa, that's a good pass. Not recommended, but a good pass.
Great.
Lisinski. Oh, she tried to make a pass out to Isabel. Didn't work. Went off the Pentucket girl's leg, who makes a nice little move and spinning inside. Who is that?
That's Gabby. That's Gabby.
That was really well done.
Yeah, Gabby Block was just one of those players, kind of like Kendall, where she can score at every level.
Margaret turns and fires. Not even sure she saw, but she knew she was going to be there. That's good coaching right there. Kendall on the other side of the court now from where she was before, and again she's going to skip past it all the way over inside to Margaret.
If it works, wants to do it again.
There. Inside to Kendall. Kendall blocked.
Yeah.
Could be out of bounds. Triton ball.
Well, Kendall got lucky there because she turned baseline and she was behind the hoop. So if that wasn't a block or a foul, it wasn't going anywhere.
Timeout. Good timeout.
Yep.
They need a bucket off of this. They need to come out, score a quick one, make it happen, and then get back. And you can't play 2 for 1 because it's already under 35 seconds. So Pentucket's going to get the last shot if they want it. But Triton here has the opportunity to keep the score within 10 heading into the or even 9 heading into the fourth quarter, which is fantastic.
Yeah, I just can't imagine. This is just me guessing here. I can't imagine Coach Mack playing for one shot at this point. I don't think he's worried about conserving points. I think he needs to start reestablishing the tempo that he wants to establish. So I could be wrong. I'm wrong all the time.
See what happens.
I don't think he's going to play the clock. I think he's going to play to what he wants to do.
So one of the things about that is it's so difficult, I think, at this level until you have maybe seniors, until you have girls that have been on the court a long time, and they have that sort of court sense to know how do you make that adjustment. How do you say, okay, we're not playing for one, we're going to get down the court and take a shot and play. How do you do that versus the girls look up and they see, all right, it's under 30 on the clock. So
well, there's two ways of coaching, right, Pat? I mean, you've been at this a long time. As You either make the girls play the way you want to play, or you cater what you want to do to your personnel. And these are both two senior-laden teams. That was a good shot by Leah.
Leah Hathaway with it.
Senior-laden teams, and so I think that you sort of have to build around what their skills are. And one of their skills should be composure and understanding of where your teammates are on the court, and understanding about time and distance in terms of the clock.
So I think Reese forced Pentucket coach's hand there. Yeah, that looked like a carry. That pressure from Reese forced them to use a lot of clock.
Yep. That was great. It was just
fantastic defense.
Great defense.
Fantastic 30 seconds of just solid defense from the Triton Vikings. And here we go into this fourth quarter at 20-32.
Yeah, and let's just credit the birthday girl there as well, because she comes out and she's when you think of Leah, you think mostly of her 3-point shooting ability, which is one of the strongest on this team. She's come out here tonight. She's rebounded. She's made some phenomenal interior passes, and that last bit of defense right there, they're not going to score it in the book as a turnover, but that absolutely was a turnover. When you play in that tight defense, they have to get like this one-handed ridiculous shot off from deep. That's a turnover that doesn't get scored.
So Eric Gundrum, if you're watching at home, can you keep the score for this one and put that as a turnover?
Give her two for that.
Yeah. So it looks like Coach Dawes is going to bring in number 2, Lily. Is that Lily?
D'Andrea, yep.
Lily D'Andrea for to come off the bench, replacing Margaret. And she had a really good first half too. So we'll see what this does to Triton's offense. And I wonder if we're now going to see a change in the defensive pressure from Pentucket. Are they going to change up their press at all as you go into this fourth quarter, or do you look at the score and you say, we got this, we just need to stay composed and ride it out?
I don't think they change what they're doing, quite frankly. I think, Coach Mack is the guy that comes into every season thinking about, playing deep into February and March. And every opportunity you have to make your team better, he's not going to rest on anything. He's the type of guy, he's going to press with a 30-point lead. He's going to run his plays because he needs to do everything he can to make his team better. Which is why we should be playing teams like that, because that's the type of ethic and attitude that we need to continue to adopt here.
Oh, amen to that. So Triton staying in that sort of half zone thing we've been talking about. Lily on defense now up top. And there's another tip by Reese Renda, chance for a layup here. She's going to go up, and it's not going to drop, but a good rebound by Leah Hathaway underneath.
Great job.
Stripped, and it's going to be Triton ball.
Yep. What I'm really curious to see over this next 7 minutes and 30 seconds is that we're down 12. At some point, we're going to have to make an aggressive, frenetic rally. And, when you have Reese and Kendall playing the level of minutes that you do, does Coach Dawes bring them out at some point?
What a pass.
Give them a right best.
What a pass.
Great
Almost
move.
a basket inside.
Yep.
Great effort by DeAndrea.
She's a spark plug. Like
Great
I said,
pass by Basile.
tremendously athletic sophomore out there. She could really disrupt some things for them right now.
Substitution now for Pentucket. Leah's got to come up and help out on the inbounds. Instead, it's going to go to DeAndrea. She's going to give it back to Basile. Confident bringing that ball up the court. I love that. Against that man-to-man pressure. Didn't worry about it at all. Kendall, time to go to work. She does. A little bit too strong off the board, though.
Oh, that's a great chance to take by Reese right there.
She's everywhere.
Mighty Mouse.
She's Roy Kent. I don't know if you watched Ted Lasso. I'm not going to sing what's in my head right now, but she is definitely the Roy Kent to this team.
Yeah, if I start breaking down some Roy Kent quotes, it's going to be the last time ever on air.
Yeah. Strong defense again by the Triton Vikings. This shot clock's going to be down to 10 by the time they shoot the ball, if they get a shot off. Good move by number 20. Great block by Kendall Liebert. There we go.
That's what we need.
7 seconds on the shot clock. Triton defense has just been smothering in the second half. It's fantastic.
They've stepped it up. It's been great all game, and where it's really shown is candidly that they collapse very, very well on the interior in a manner where the girl with the ball is feeling the pressure on both sides, but they're still picking up the girl that's maybe slipping to the baseline as well.
Oh, crazy long shot. It's going to be a shot clock violation. Love that.
Again,
that is pure defense.
An unscored turnover right there.
Yep. Again, fearless bringing that ball up the court. I love it. Here comes Kendall. In the lane, solid block. Can't argue with that. That girl all right?
Yeah. Ava.
So I think you're right. I think Coach Dulles did make a decision. Like we're just going to pack the paint. We'll let them shoot from the outside if they want. There it is. There it is. Leah Hathaway.
Happy birthday.
The birthday girl knocks down a three. Fantastic. And you're right. She is a dangerous three-point shooter when she gets going.
Leah is inbounds in range type of shooter.
Inbound is in range. Strong move in the paint that time from Pentucket.
Amelia Crow, she's had a very strong game. Like I came in expecting to see, Gabby Balakwa to make plays, Ava DeBurrow to make plays. But really, Kate Conover for Pentucket's played some phenomenal defense and some great moves to the hoop. This Amelia Crow, she's gotten great minutes out there. Pentucket has depth I didn't realize that they had. It's again, I don't want to be too complimentary to the people coming into our gym, but I do respect great players and great programs. And I love the fact that we have, in the second half, outplayed great players.
Absolutely. And I think if we were Pentucket calling this game, we'd have to say the same thing. There's been a lot of girls coming off the bench for Triton.
Absolutely.
Including our birthday girl tonight. But also Lily and Ava and pretty much Riley got some good minutes in there too. And again, it gets back to what you were saying earlier about the culture that even in the first half, even in a close game, you're putting girls on the court off the bench because you want them to have those minutes.
Right.
Meaningful minutes against a meaningful opponent.
Yeah, if and you know, I think there's a lot of parity, quite frankly, on this Triton team.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Kendall's one of the best players in the Cal, but if you can get that group buy-in, get that extra level of intensity, to get that both in games and in practices, I mean that's the part that's great to see.
So they switched it up now. Kendall
with a
down
swim
here.
move to get open there.
Swim move, yeah, no kidding. So change up a little bit here. Still Reese, though, bring the ball across the court.
I mean, number 3 has hands all over Reese.
Kendall, another chance to go to work. She takes another 3. That one's a little bit short. Defensive rebound by number 3.
That's okay. You got to take these chances. Down 13 and 5 and out to go. You got to play a little more, a little fast and loose than normally you would. Now you got to push it.
And here comes Kendall. She's got a lot of teammates on her left flank. She's got her wide open Leah, but unfortunately tipped pass, not going to get to her. We're going to come under 5 minutes to play now.
Victim of her own success. She had a couple of cross purposes.
Yeah, that's true. No, that's a travel, and that's defense. Travel caused by defense there, no doubt. Again, Coach Dulles moving Kendall to the backcourt to help with the breaking the press.
She does have to be, if Coach Mack gets in the ref's ears about what Kendall's doing on that press break, she might get called for a foul next time down, though. Great look.
Good look inside, good look outside. There's Dave again.
We need to move the ball quicker. Let's go.
The passes have slowed down a little bit, and there's a tip out of bounds. It's going to be 13 seconds on the shot clock now. Coach Dulles doing some coaching there from the side, some calisthenics moves. Not sure what he was saying exactly. Out to Reese.
I think what you're going to see is a lot more attacking of the basket. You got to get the line and score with no time going off.
Chance to shoot instead. She kicks it out. Long pass again. No, too much hesitation.
Yeah.
We saw that too much in the first half too. They just couldn't decide whether they're going to pass or shoot. And here they come. Triton Vikings down 13 at the 4-minute mark. Kendall looks inside. Good decision. Make the decision to make the pass.
This is one of the points in the game, though, where I wouldn't mind seeing Kendall get a little more selfish. That's
Great drive. Doesn't go, but it was a good drive.
Take the charge, Reese.
That was going to be a hard one to defend. If you don't take the charge, you're not going to stop that.
Step up into it.
So Pentucket with 4 quick points. Spread this lead out a little bit now. Inside to Kendall. Bounce. It should be state Triton ball.
So got Margaret and Soph coming in.
Giving Leah a break and Lily a break.
Little more harassing speed with Soph. A little more height with Margaret. You got 4 seniors and an experienced junior out there. That's kind of who you want on the court right now at this point in the game.
Yeah, Lisinski's having a really good defensive game. She's been all over the Pentucket players.
Yeah. I mean, she's a tremendous athlete. I mean, we have some with her speed. I mean, her name's on the wall in the next gym over for her track exploits. She's one of the fastest players in the league, and she's using that to the best of her ability right now.
Chance there to go on the board. Said she hesitates. She's going to kick it back out. So Kendall and Reese and Margaret and number 21, Isabel Basile. So it's a starting 5 is out there again here at the 3-minute mark. Down by 17. Not sure what happened there. Nope. On the floor.
Yeah, I mean, but credit Coach Dulles. I mean, he's had a good rotation tonight. He's got the girls in the mix. He's got the right mix of girls out there at the right times. To make the run they did to start the half. Some great adaptations that he was able to make.
That's a great play.
Yeah.
Really well run offense right there by Pentucket. Lisinski giving it back. Margaret looking inside for Kendall, is working. Finally gets the ball. Tries to bring it back inside to Margaret. It's going to bounce all the way around, though. Chance for Triton to get a shot off here. 15 on the shot clock. Inside to Margaret. She finds Kendall. Kendall with a 3. In and out. Oh, but Reese Margaret's still fighting.
Yep.
That's what Maeve was talking about at halftime.
Yep.
There we go.
Little Maeve right
We
there.
were looking for it.
Yep.
And there it was.
I like it when Maeve becomes a verb. Margaret is maving.
Another 3 by Pentucket. That one's going to be long. Offensive rebound. Those are tough to get when it bounces out that much.
And again, I mean, all right, so down 19, minute 40, making sure that everyone gets plenty of minutes this game, get plenty of experience, build for the future.
Another 3. That one doesn't go either. Rebound inside to Pentucket, and they're going to call I think they're calling the foul on Pentucket.
Yep.
Oh, no. All right, since
Again, this is what we're talking about with Maeve at halftime, though. Both teams playing intense, playing tough, playing physical, not playing dirty.
Yep.
Great to see.
So Lisinski comes out, Basile comes out, somebody else has to too. Margaret comes out.
Reese and Kendall are staying out there.
Yep.
And we have the 3. Looks like we have Ashley
Jones
Ava,
in the game, Ava Johnson in the game, and Riley McDonald in the game now. Move inside. Yep. That time it didn't work for him. Kendall has it. Back to Reese. Chance for Riley McDonald to get on the board. Nice shot. Doesn't go. Reese is there, and there's the bucket we were looking for. There's the Reese Renda bucket we were looking for the whole game.
Yep. If rebounds per inch were a stat, Reese would lead the Cal.
No doubt. Under a minute now to play. More good solid defense from Triton. That ball's not going to go. Kendall Lieber with a rebound. She'll bring it herself. Looking for a second there. Like she was just going to call her own number and take that 3. No, they're going to call the foul. First foul of the quarter by the Pentucket Panthers. That's
surprising. Yeah. And we only had 2.
We haven't complained. I mean, it hasn't been. I think it's been a well-played game. Kendall comes out, gets a big round of applause from her teammates. Reese still on the floor.
Yeah, and I'm never one to hashtag team ref here either, but they have called it pretty well. They've let go what they should let go, and they've called the things they needed to keep it under control.
100% agree. And there's Reese with another forced rebound turnover thing. I don't know what you want to call that. You need Eric here for that, but inside, outside, another chance for Riley McDonald. She's going to try and go inside again. Instead, we're going to be under 15 seconds. Good hassling by Triton, just not let them get off that shot.
Yep.
Pentucket's going to back it up and not shoot. Probably under 3. No, going to take that late 3. Not going to go. And that's how we're going to end it at 25 to 42. And the Triton Vikings absolutely had an amazing third quarter.
Yep.
And just a fantastic game all the way around. I mean, it's crazy to say that at a 25-2 final score, but that was maybe the best I've seen the Triton Vikings girls basketball team play against Pentucket in ever.
Yeah, I mean, this is a different team than I have seen it from Triton in the last couple of years. Doing the things that I would hope they would do, playing with a level of intensity I want them to play at, playing with the rotation that I would love to see. Making adjustments at halftime to adapt what your opponent is doing, seeing success from those adjustments. I mean, everything. This is for a 17-point loss.
Yeah,
this is positive.
Oh, it's very positive. Absolutely positive. I feel better coming out of this gym having watched this team tonight and what this program can do going forward. That third quarter is the team that can come out every single night and play like that and absolutely make a huge splash in the Cal this year. Credit to Coach Dulles. He's really done a lot of work with these girls. It's really impressive. Credit to you too, Matt Doring. I got to say, 5 of these girls played for you when you were a coach. So super important to include that as well. I think the Triton Youth Program is really important in terms of building up the teams that we see here when we get to the varsity high school level.
If people like you and I did nothing other than encourage a love for the sport, then we did our job.
Amen to that. And let's end with that. Thank you, Bob Lathrop. Thank you, VTV. Thank you, Ms. Pierre Jules, who I think already left, but thank you to her for doing the camera work. Thank you, Matt Doring. A lot of fun. Enjoy this every single time. Let's do it again soon.
Sounds great.
Thanks
Pat.